Spiky Cross. Hi, my name is Anna.
And I'm Peyton.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with another comeback reaction, and we will be reacting to Secret Number in their first comeback, Got That Boom.
Yes, so sorry we are a little bit late with this for a comeback reaction. It has been a week in America, but we are here now with a comeback reaction. So, that being said, watch the teasers, have somewhat of an idea of what to expect, but let's just go.
Go!
Yeah. The very colorful
it's so
lights.
bright.
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say was that the music from the individual teasers versus the overall group one, I was like, this is different than what I was expecting.
Color scheme, theme-wise, settings, it's very related to their debut. So it's continuity.
This music style suits her voice a lot, Denise, for the bridge part. Or not bridge, what did I say? Pre-chorus. Right? Okay, because the visuals were very disco-y, but the music isn't disco. Oh. See, they have the horn line.
Oh my gosh, I love her dress.
Ways.
Oh, that's a cool stage picture.
Honestly, Denise has just grown on me because I saw her episode on the K-pop pivot. Right? Her voice suits this section a lot.
I see what you mean, yeah.
But the beat... Oh, okay. I take back what I said about it not being disco, because the beat is slightly retro-y. But the instruments they use aren't.
Wait, that's cute for the tic-tac-toe. They're making X's with their body.
Oh!
Alright, this is what I was expecting the dance to look like for the song title.
With booms?
Yeah, heavier.
Because the dubstep. Oh. It didn't pull back as much as I expected for the bridge. Oh.
Interesting.
Wait. Oh wait, this is making me think of those shooting arcade games with all the
I was thinking laser tag.
Oh yeah.
Similar idea.
Aw.
Canon. My first comment is that one of the things that I said when we reacted to their debut dance was that I wished they had been given more choreography, because their debut dance felt a lot like runway walk and pose, and you could just tell that they were capable of doing a lot more. And so I was like, I want them to have more choreography right from just the beginning of this music video. You could already tell that they had so much more choreography, and also just the choreography they were given was so much more interesting. For example, there were a lot more level changes incorporated into it. Good example is the tic-tac-toe section. That section has a lot more level changes that aren't just oh, I'm gonna go to the floor and pose, and then I'm gonna stand back up. It was actually incorporated into how they were moving, and so it's more interesting to watch. Just the stage pictures they were creating was more interesting. They did obviously use lines and V's and that sort of thing, but they were also doing groups with one person out front and like different levels in the way they were dancing. Next comment. Anna, you said in the reaction that it was giving a little bit more of like a retro feel, and then obviously with like the lights and the neon and all of that, it gives that feel as well. And I was getting it from the dance too, like the chorus part, the very beginning, the dance movement where they're flipping their head and they're almost like walking, skipping, that sort of thing. It feels very like retro. I don't know if I want to say 70s, but it has that like,
girls just wanna have fun.
Yeah! Is that 80s? Yeah, so 80s. It has like that girls just want to have fun vibe to it. And with the way that they then go to second and they like shake, it had that same feel, and I was like, oh, this is really cute, and it does make you want to get up and dance along with them. My last dance comment. So I said during the dance break that style of movement was a little bit more what I was expecting based solely off the title, Got That Boom, because in my mind I was like, oh, so it's going to be more heavy movements, more like percussive, that sort of thing. Honestly, almost like you were playing the drums, that sort of feeling. But then the dance itself was a little bit more upbeat, like bubbly, I guess, that again, girls just want to have fun feeling. But the section itself was incorporated into the song really nicely, because sometimes if you switch styles in the middle of a song, it breaks the dance, so it doesn't feel continuous. It's like, oh, okay, now we're in like the dance break section and then we're going to go back to the song. But this one felt like one continuous line, and it was a nice little insert of that style, just because for the style of dancing that they have, it favors the more upbeat, bubbly style better. But this was also like, but we can also do this. And then just my last comment to speak quickly about the actual music video. It's very bright, neon lights, like fun outfits, that sort of thing. And it felt like a continuation or like very related to their debut song. And so I thought that was really smart, because for a rookie group, it's like they're saying this is our brand, and they really stuck with it. So I thought that was a really good idea. Anna's turn.
Wait, that's so interesting how that's your ending comment, because that ties into my first comment. So my first comment that I wrote down was also talking about how the music video is super bright. Even their outfits too, like there's a lot of like bedazzled, jeweled, glittery things as well, so it's very eye-catching. And the song reflects that too, because there are moments where there aren't as many layers in the song, but there's constant sound. Like there's very rarely any silence in this song, which like makes sense to me, because like still a rookie group, they're showing how much energy that they have. But like I mentioned in the reaction, like even for the bridge, I said it didn't pull back as much as I expected. Like there was a distinct change in the song, because you know, oh, this is a bridge section, because in the background they started having the sustained chords playing. But the thing is, there was still the hard-hitting bass, which is different from what you usually would expect, considering the format of the song that they had been using. I was thinking about it and I was like, maybe because the song is called We Got That Boom, like the bass still being present in the bridge is like consistently following the boom theme, because the bass is the boom. Talking more about the song too, like they use boom in different ways in the instrumental. Like one is the bass, another is like the dubstep section that they have for like the dance break, and also it gets more like not exactly dubstepy, but more into that genre during the second half of the chorus, because it is like a two-part chorus. But also another thing that they use for boom is the brass. In the second half of the chorus, they use the brass more as like a bass, like a rhythmic thing, just playing on one beat. But then in the first half of the chorus, the brass is used more like a melody, and I thought it was interesting that they used the brass like so distinctly. It was very noticeable, ear-catching in this song again, because the brass line was also something you really noticed in their debut song. Like how you were saying they were establishing a more distinct like secret number brand. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh, is this brass sound, like very distinct brass sound, going to be like their secret number sound? Now to talk about their voices a little bit, just like generally all of their voices have gotten a lot smoother since debut. I mean, it has been a decent amount of months, but I am surprised by how much their voices have improved, considering like since it's COVID and in Korea there's not a lot of performance opportunities outside of the music shows because of that, especially for a rookie group, since they get most of their performance opportunities through like festivals and events, and those aren't happening. I was like, wow, nice. I know I kept talking about it during the reaction. Maybe it's because I've like gotten to know her a little bit more from like outside, like watching variety shows and stuff, but Denise was really eye-catching to me. And also I think just in the music video in general, she was more eye-catching because she's the only one who has like a very distinct bright hair color. That's all I had to say. Peyton, TLDR is out.
TLDR. Secret Number has now officially had their first comeback as a group since debuting earlier this year, and already, since we had reacted to their debut song, we can see all of the ways that they have grown. They have changed so much, even just in a few months. So that was really, really nice to see. Also, we can already tell that they're probably creating this more like secret number brand of the neon lights, the bright colors, the brass, and it
also in the music video they had like the cartoon words like in the books, comic books. Sorry, anyways.
And that brand is really working for them, so we hope that they stick with it in the future. Although if they try other things, obviously that's cool too.
But that being said, if you enjoyed this reaction, even if it was a little bit late, sorry about that again, and also like Secret Number and are enjoying this comeback, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell,
Ding!
and bye!
Bye!